and welcome to round 3. We've got red team being Rogue One and team B, blue, being the EVNT team. This is going to be a very interesting matchup. And what are your thoughts, Moomin?
My thoughts are, yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I would talk about the ship types, but obviously we've just been through all of that. So I'm not sure that there's a great deal to gain from all of that. But it will be, this is going to be a tough one to call. It's like neither side at the moment to me is actually screaming, yes, we have like a significant competitive advantage over the other team.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. I do feel like this game is going to be won or lost by the people in flying the cruisers and the frigates. The battleships and the battle cruisers are almost there for set dressing. So it'll be interesting to see how they go. And it looks like everyone's starting to land on grid now. Who's that? That is the EVNT team arriving at max range. And the... looks like the Rogue One team is also starting to land at that range, so we'll see how things go.
Yeah, I mean they're effectively they're pretty far from each other, so it looks like they're going to have to like sneak in and kind of like dance in on each other. I still think that we're waiting for a couple of ships to turn up there, but there again, this is just going to be one of those really interesting matches, I think.
Okay, so. Sorry, before they do get started, if you were a betting man, who would you bet on to win in this match?
This is tough. It really is tough. I want to go with Rogue One because, you know, there's quite a few people in there that I'm fond of. So I think that's who I want to win, yeah.
I guess I'm going to take the opposite side and I'll go Team EVNT. Couple of reasons, mainly because of that 420 booty wizard. I definitely can't go past that name. And it looks like one person from Rogue One still hasn't joined us on the field.
It's the team captain.
Yeah,
which is
absolutely.
The team captain, so...
Yeah, it looks like he's lagging a little bit there, wild. So he's probably drunk somewhere. He's probably at another beacon somewhere.
Did that Scorpion warp in at 100?
I think it has, yeah.
I thought 50 100. Was the max warp-in range.
No, I think that it's anywhere between 0 and 100.
The rules actually say 0 to 50, I believe, so there may be a penalty.
Oh, yeah, there could be rules infringement then at that particular
so here we go. It looks like we started even without the team captain on Rogue One being absent. So we've got a whole lot of people moving at the moment. Just see how things are going.
I mean, I'm curious.
Rogue One is starting to kite away.
Well, I'm wondering where Wild is. Obviously, we've got range.
We've got some damage going out now to Nash, to Cadaver Nash in the Purifier. We've got some jams going out, which will be probably from that Scorpion. Other than that, we don't seem to have a whole lot going on. Just got a lot of jams going out at the moment. We'll see if any of them hold and if anything actually comes of that. The Orthoris is definitely a prime target for those jams. Stop him from pointing and implying that nice DPS to those frigates that they've got there.
Yeah, but they're still obviously a very long way away from each other. Although Rogue One, I think they're kind of they're still want to keep their distance. It looks like the EVNT team are definitely more inclined to actually get on top of them a little bit more.
The other thing is you can definitely see the range differences here between the Rogue One team and the EVNT team, as no damage has gone out from EVNT onto the Rogue One yet. It's all just been E-War back and forth. And now EVNT seem to be moving away from Rogue One. It's definitely an interesting play.
But I don't know, I think that some of the support were actually moving off a little bit, but the actual main bulk of their team is quite opposite there.
The Hound's about to drop on the EVNT team, but looks like, yep, that Hound definitely just went down, and the Scorpion's entering low shields. So we'll see how this one's fit. Hopefully better than the Y-Dot one, right?
Well, absolutely, and it's like I think that boat is also like thinking it would be really nice to have Wild around in that Osprey.
So while that Scorpion has hit armor, but doesn't seem to be going anywhere at this point, being a bomber down, damage is a little bit slower now, and that Purifier looks to be jammed out, possibly. So we see
quite
damage
possibly,
is still going.
We've just lost the
Purifier on
Purifier
the
there.
Rogue One team is down.
Absolutely, and each one of those bombers will account for around 1,000 DPS as well. So, and I think we're seeing some damage being applied to Cadaver Nash on the Event-T, but easily catching reps there.
So it's a very interesting play how the Event-T team are going for a very surgical way of removing things as they get there. So you can see that Purifier got almost no reps and pretty much died instantly. Whereas the Hound, there was a moment where it looked like he may have come back. But the Scorpion's hitting half armor now, and damage is starting to be applied onto that Hyena. Still no E-War or any sort of control from the Event-T team, not that it seems like they need it.
There again, I mean, you know, it may just be like both like full on with E-War on the Navy Scorpion, but obviously we've seen a little bit go over now. He's actually started to spread that E-War a little bit more. He's still hanging in there as well.
Is taking damage. He's in low shield now. So we'll
yeah, and I mean, he's only going to take like one jam on that light scimitar to arguably really upset the Event-T team.
So we'll see. Here we go. We've got a target painter going out onto that Scorpion. Hopefully, help drop that a little bit quicker. That Swivel's holding on with a tiny amount of shield, catching reps though. So looks to be fairly solid. He seems to be moving in. Which
he's going well. He's going
play.
Pretty quick. Yeah, well, he's still going like pretty quick. He was up to like 1,600 meters per second.
Definitely very easily catching reps now. The Scorpion, piloted by the Big Red Boat, looks like he's going to be hitting hull in a moment. That'll be a devastating loss to the Rogue One team. And here we go. They've got him in half hull now.
Yeah, I mean there he goes. I mean I think that was like pretty.
Unfortunately, without that Osprey, that's really played with them. So the Scorpion now taking damage. Definitely an interesting choice from the Rogue One team as a primary. So you can see as soon as that Scorpion died, all the jams on the field have disappeared. So you can that was definitely fit for jams there. So the Gila on the Rogue One team taking damage now.
Yeah, and I think it is just going to be a case now of the Event-T team like picking things away. One can only wonder how this map would have unfolded if the Osprey from Wild was actually on grid.
Definitely does look a bit one-sided at this point. It looks like they've caught a Hyena. Laz's Hyena has been caught, although he still seems to be going fairly quickly.
Oh yeah, he's still well over like 3 kilometers per second. So I think that he's definitely just basically gone in there, tried to pull some of the DPS, keep it away from like the Gila or anything else there. As I say, we're still waiting to actually see how well the Munin and Gila actually kind of like do against the support wing of Event-T. But that Hyena looks like that's gone.
That's gone. Laz unfortunately died. The healer, piloted by Capri, is hitting low shields. That's Svipple taking massive amounts of damage, putting into hull, and he's down as well now. So it's a nice counter blow from the Rogue One team.
That's right. It does feel a little bit too little, too late, though, shall we say? That Gila is obviously getting the full attention now of the Event-T team.
You have to hand it to Rain in the Scimitar and the Event-T team, keeping it cool and definitely putting out those reps as they definitely needed them in some very clutch situations there. That Purifier coming back from almost no shields to full.
Yeah, exactly. Just like bouncing a little bit up and down, but it should be like relatively safe now with only the DPS coming from the rattlesnake and Munin to contend with. They should be able to like spread reps and keep everything up.
While we're here, let's have a quick look at this Munin and see if it is arty or autocannon fit. That looks arty fit. So definitely a nice throwback to try to get rid of some of those smaller frigates, and the Hound, the Purifier piloted by Cadaver Nash did just drop from the combined power of the Munin and the Rattlesnake. So they've still got a little bit of damage on the field, but unfortunately the Munin's hit it's hitting hull now, and probably won't survive that trade. But definitely took someone with. So
he hasn't. It's already gone. So it's just the rattlesnake remaining now for Dirk, and I think it's going to be relatively easy for the EVNT team to actually just chew through it.
It's very interesting team comps, and it's a bit of a. I wonder what did happen to Wild in the Osprey, as he did not appear.
Yeah, I mean, that to me is like the key point. If the Osprey was about, then I think that the Rogue One team would have. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think that without your logi component there, because it is such a key component. I mean, normally with these types of fights, you're looking at your mainline DPS, a logi component, and then also your support wing. And when you've got a whole function that you're expecting to be there, not there, that really throws you.
And especially if you've built your other ships around that fact, it definitely doesn't help you at all.
Exactly. It's sort of it's just what do you do at that point? I mean, you just literally have to suck it up, try and do the best that you can.
So they're just slowly chewing through this Rattlesnake's shield here, but there's only 30 seconds left in the match, so I wonder if they'll be able to kill him before the match ends.
Yeah, he might be able to hang on here and just kind of have
he's hitting low shield
small
now,
victory.
so
yeah, and he's we'll have to see. He's not as if he's hurtling away or can do a great deal realistically. 5 seconds remaining, but he's still looking at a very kind of solid win for the EVNT team.
Most definitely. Well done, EVNT, and we will head back to the studio and see what's happening with the next round.